And you might say, oh, guys, this is weird. I'm going to show you the fastest way you can get your hands on the puppy, the dog, fellow, whatever name you want to call him or her. Now, you might be wondering, why do you want to get him or her fast? Well, for this reason right here. So, if we go to the event, you can get this pattern right here. This is how, when you look around, you can see people walking around with the white fur fellow. If you want to get a free skin, so I'll go to my fellow right here, and I'm going to equip my fellow. And now you can see I got my fellow, and he's riding a Santa Claus and getting ready to give some present away. In any case, but that's the reason why you want to unlock him fast. And why is that? Because there is a time limited on when you can get this skin or pattern. So because the reward for this week challenge is the skin and the Santa Claus, then that's why you need to do it before it is over. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to get it. Just like last week, if you miss that spray, then you're not going to get it. Now, if you want to get fellow as fast as possible, there are a few things that you can try to line up for yourself. That way you can get it as fast as possible. The main thing is the pity system, what they call the target reward system. So if we go to access info real quick, and you can see that I have this piece targeted. So the way you get to this is by going to fellow, and then you click on fellow, and then you target the piece that you want. So in this case, I am targeting the spiral catalyst blueprint, and it gives you a percentage whenever you fail, and I'm going to explain the percentage how that works. So if you want to target this, you just click on it, and then you come here. So you want to do hard difficulty, so you press the corresponding button. Like for me, it would be a right trigger. So if I click on the right trigger, then that will target this piece. Now, you can do it on normal, but I highly recommend you don't do it on normal. Just go do it on hard. Get better chance, and you get better rewards. In any case, for those people that may not be sure which type of things that you can target in this game, when you look at here, if it's got the little target sign, that means you can target farm that thing. Not everything can be targeted in this game. Let me give you an example. As an example, if I go to Descendant, I want to target something. Let's say I want to target Enzo. As you can see, if I click on the piece, the target sign is not there. That means there is no way I can target farm this. However, if I go to another Descendant, let's say for instance I go to Sharon, although I cannot target the piece outright, but I can target the amorphous material. So as you can see, there's a target sign by it. So if I want to target this, all I gotta do is just click my right trigger, and that puts it on the target, and then it will go on this right here. As you can see, now it is on my target list, and you can have 4 things at a time targeted, and they will show right here. So that's how you know which items can be targeted in the game. So do not get this confused. In any case, back to fellow, how fast you can get fellow. Now, when you are looking at the bar right here, there's a percentage of progress that you make every time you fail. When you get to 100%, then you're guaranteed to have that piece. Like for instance, right now, I am at 84%. So 16% more failure, and I will get that piece the next time I go for it. So how does the percentage work? The way the percentage works depends on the percentage of the piece that you get in the container. To put this into perspective, whenever you finish the mission, you get containers. And there's sometimes you get 4 containers, sometimes you get 2 containers. There's going to be 2 containers for Keelan and 2 containers for the pup. But that depends on your performance. Sometimes you can get 3. Then that limit your chance. So if those 3 out of the 3, it's only one of them for the pup, then you are limited. So you want to shoot to get 4 containers, and at least 2 of them would be for the dog. That way you have a better chance. As far as the percentage for fellow, you are trying to get the highest percentage that you can for each container. So if you know which container to open, so you have a better chance. For instance, if you are looking for the fellow code, you target the fellow code. Whenever you open the containers, you are looking to get the intact data vault. That gives you a 25%. If you are looking for the spiral catalyst, then you are looking for the imperfect data vault. For the stabilizer, you are looking for the restricted data vault. And then for the enhanced cell, you are looking for the lost data vault. Reason being, the higher the percentage of the piece that you are targeting, the more progress you are going to make. Let's say, for instance, it's at the end of the mission, and then I am looking for the spiral catalyst, and it is a 25% chance if I open the imperfect data vault. So if I open this, because it is 25%, then I failed. My progress is going to give me 20% in the target reward list at the front page of the access info. And that's how you accumulate progress. However, if I open the restricted data vault for the spiral catalyst, that one only has a 12% chance. And if I open that 12% chance and I fail, then the game would give me about 9% progress. Sometime you might get a 10% progress. In this example right here, I'm showing you that I started at 74%. Then when I open the container, there are two different boxes for fellow. One is the restricted data vault and the other one is the intact data vault. When you check the restricted one, I can see that it is a 12% for the fellow piece that I'm targeting. But when I look at the intact data vault, you can see that it is a 10% for the catalyst that I'm looking for. So I decided to go for the 12%. So when you look at the 12%, and if I select the 12% right here that I'm showing you, then if I failed, like I failed right here, I get something different. Then if I go back to the access info, then you can see I have 84%. So that gives me a 10% progress. Normally you can get a 9% progress. So keep that in mind. But if you want the more progress, just make sure you go for the 25% chance. That gives you a 20% progress every time that I've ever done this. So that's how the progress meter works. So if you know that, then you can get this as fast as possible by choosing the right container, and you can get your fellow as fast as possible. Now, that is all reliant upon you failing. But if you are lucky and you get fellow before that, then you won't have to worry about that. But what you need to do, just make sure that you target farm each piece. Every time you get one, then you go and target the next one. And do the same thing that I just explained to you. That way you can get it as fast as possible. In case you fail, then the PD system would kick in, and then you can get it guaranteed after you fail enough time. All right, so now you farm for all the blueprints and you're getting ready to craft fellow. The issue is it is easier to get the blueprints than crafting fellow. Reason being is because the materials, you got to make sure that you have those available. Without the materials, you cannot craft fellow. So for that reason, what you need to do to make sure you get things moving faster is when you are picking up those containers, opening the containers, you got to make sure you open the right one. Always go for the experimental material storage box. This is the one that you need to get the materials, the resources to craft fellow. So just focus on that while you are doing void vessel. Whenever you're getting ready to open containers, just open the experimental one until you craft fellow. Now, after you craft fellow, so it's going to be time for you to make sure that you feed fellow, you grow fellow, and you make sure that fellow is awesome. So you need to stop worrying about the experimental storage. Now you need to worry about the other containers. So the other containers that you need to worry about include the genetic storage box and the special storage box. Those two are the ones that you need to focus on now that you have fellow. Reason being, so let's go to fellow. go to manage fellows. And as you can see, you can do whatever. You can name fellow right here, whatever name that you want to give fellow. But the important thing is that you need to level fellow up. Now, the way the leveling up of fellow works, if you go here and level up, you got to feed fellow. So to get the fortified supplement, you got the special synthetic calcium and the ultimate protein compound. All those you need to craft. So to craft those, you need to go to Anais, and then you have to research those, and then you can craft them. So it takes some time to actually get crafted, but you can craft them. You can craft all 3 pieces that you need to grow fellow. So this reason why you open the genetic box, because that's the one that's going to give you the blueprint to actually craft this one. This one gives you more XP to level up fellow. The other ones I'm going to show you. So if we go to manage fellows and we go to level up, and as you can see, I got 1 of these. So I am going to add 1. That's going to give me 1 level. And also, you see right here, I got the buff module drop rate increase modifier. So this is going to help you get your modules a lot faster, because that's a drop chance. It increased that. And I also have 3 of those special synthetic calcium. So I am going to add those. And then this is going to give me up to level 7. So when I hit apply, and as you can see, I got 7 more level. I started at level 2, then now my fellow is level 9. And the other benefit that I have, now fellow can pick up things for me at the longer distance, 31 meters. So those are all the benefits you get for make sure you pick up the right resources and grow fellow. Now, if you are struggling for these materials, there's also something else you can do to get materials. So if you go to the view menu and then you go to journal, and then where it says awards, and here you can see fellow. Now with fellow, there's a bunch of challenges that you need to accomplish, and you can get things. Like for instance, you can get this material right here that I just showed you that I can use to actually level up fellow. So this right here, if you do what it says, then eventually once you complete it, then you'll get this as a reward. And then you can see some of the reward that I already have down here. Like for instance, this one, the secret hidden in the void. So that's the reason why I was able to get 2 of those things. So this is a great benefit for you to level up fellow as fast as possible. Just focus on doing those things if you want, or you can just play the game and then just from time to time just come back, and if you decide that you want to follow through with those, and then just go ahead and do them. Now on this screen right here, you can use fellow to dismantle things for you. So it's an auto dismantle that fellow does, as long as you choose use instead of unused, and then you can just go in here and set it up just like you do for your character with the weapons and the reactors and stuff like that. This is the same thing. You just set it up right here. So for weapon, I just got the ultimate just like I have it for my weapon. Don't delete my ultimate kind of thing. And then for reactors, you just got to go here and then select whatever option that you want to use. This is the option that I'm using for the filter for reactors. So I don't want to delete my enhanced reactors. And for the option filter, I put it on use, and then I'm going to use a custom filter. And then for the custom filter, I just say exclude if 2 or more are included. And then you can choose whatever you want here, what you want to dismantle. Stuff that I don't need, I just hit dismantle. And then from time to time, fellow will dismantle those things if they drop on my character. So that's the gist of this thing. And it's the same thing you do with the external component. Just go ahead and tailor it to your liking, and then fellow will do the work. And that's how this works. Anyway, this is all we got. This is the fastest way you can get fellow and the benefits for doing that. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next one.